Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
You're listening to OnSideRadio.com. Catch up anytime by downloading the MyTuner Radio app. OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's true hometown station.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your On-Side Radio E-Report with Toast.
Congratulations to NRG Esports on landing a huge title sponsor for their Rocket League team, Q, the General Insurance. So, moving forward, the team formerly known as NRG will now be the General NRG. The reason why this deal got done? One Shaquille O'Neal. The big man is both an investor in NRG and the pitchman for the General. Now, let's get Shaq on a controller and see what sort of gaming game he really has. Happy gaming.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the On-Side Radio E-Report. Wake up and good morning. Welcome to Toasted Sports.
What day is it? Look at the calendar.
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. You have changed something in this room.
I've changed my mind.
About what?
About waking up.
What else is there to do?
Going back to sleep.
Wake up! Wake up! Please, wake up!
Why?
Why? You're gonna miss out. You're going to miss it.
Miss what? The show. Show's not over. In fact, it's showtime.
Here's Toast.
It is almost here, my friends. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Toasted Sports. Drops as a podcast, streams live on OnSideRadio.com until 10 a.m. It is April 29th, also known as day one of the NFL Draft. We will be going off tonight. Best damn draft party ever. Going to be going down at Sports Grill Miami. We'll be getting things underway tonight at 7:30. Big O, Alex Dono, going to be hosting this two-night event. And listen, it doesn't get any bigger than tonight for a Dolphins fan. You've been waiting for this moment for a long time. You got the quarterback, looking for some pieces, 5 picks in the first 81. It is all right there in front of us. Right there in front of us. All the goodness that we've been waiting 20 years for is all there, as long as Chris Greer and the Brain Trust can make the right picks. And so we'll get into all of that stuff. Got Omar Kelly on the show today. Get his final thoughts heading into round number 1. Had a good night last night, Sean. Got a couple dubs.
Yes, we did.
Marlins got a nice win in Milwaukee. Craig Counsell got a little pissed off with the interference call. And I'll be honest, it was kind of a messed up call. But when you look at it, if you're totally honest, when you look at it, there was a little sway in him. And you could make the argument that he was slightly impeded getting to first base, but whatever. Marlins win that one. And then the Heat stepped up, got a big dub against San Antonio last night. Bam Adebayo kind of led the way there with that one. So Panthers will be in action tonight. They're taking on the Blackhawks in Chicago as they get ready to wrap up the season and just make sure that
national TV also.
Oh, is that a national TV? That's a natty game. Nice. Panthers right now kind of in preparation mode. They have clinched the playoffs, so now it's just all about making sure that you're playing great hockey as you enter the playoffs and keeping everybody healthy. And those that are banged up, let them get a little bit of rest so they are healthy.
Get Drieger healthy and Spencer Knight some playing time.
Exactly. Get Drieger healthy. I mean, obviously, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know they said Ekblad like 11 weeks, but basically the way I'm looking, like best case scenario, I'm thinking, I'm not a doctor and I haven't talked to anyone, but I'm guessing best case scenario is you make the Stanley Cup semifinals, he'll be available to you. I'm not sure if you can expect. I mean, we saw that leg, bro.
Well, that's the thing. Are they rushing him back too quick?
That's the other thing. You don't want to rush him back too quick. Exactly. So, I mean, we'll see. Part of me believes we're not going to see him again this year, but I think for us to see him again, it'd have to be a pretty good run, like getting to the Stanley Cup semifinals.
A real good run.
Exactly.
Because we heard from David Dwork when he was on with us last week, the way the playoffs run this year is basically those 4 teams are playing each other in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah. It's a little round robin sort of a deal.
It's crazy.
So you're just beating up on your division. So there you go. So yeah, they got dubs last night. I got a dub last night in Call of Duty.
What?
Yeah, baby. There we go.
What'd you do? Play with yourself?
Wow. You're taking a lot of shots at me lately. A lot of shots at me.
Well, I figure that's my part of the job.
It is technically your job description. It absolutely is. Yep. No, yeah. So listen.
No, but you always talk about how bad you are, and now you're gonna tell me you got a dub.
Well. But I'm playing. My buddy's kind of carrying me when we're playing. We get dubs. I'm not the lead kill guy when we get dubs.
Oh, okay, the team one.
Yeah, but it was interesting because what's happening is because of my Orange Bowl Boys podcast, it's been going on for like 4 years, on hiatus now, but we've kind of created this whole little community on Discord, and we got like we got like 100 and so guys that are some females also in there, and we just talk Canes football, and then we got like channels for everything. We'll talk movies, we'll talk TV, talk everything. There's politics, everything, whatever you want to talk about. But the weird thing is, Sean, and you know this because you're my age, there comes a point in our lives when you're like in your 40s and you generally don't like people to start with, which is me. Really don't like people. Yeah. I don't do well with people. But there comes a point when you're at my age where you're good with you've got your friends.
You got your circle.
You've got your friends. Whether it be from high school or neighbors that you live with, whatever. You've got your friends, and by the time, trust me, if you're like in your 20s or 30s, just trust me on this one. By the time you're in your 40s, you're gonna be like, I got enough friends. I don't need new friends, right?
Yes.
Well, and that was always my attitude, always my theory. But then we created this little community. And now all of a sudden, bro, I got like 10 new friends. Like I've never met before in person, but we chat every day over microphones on Discord and stuff for like over a year. So I know everything about their families and this and that, to the point that a whole bunch of them are going to come down to South Florida because they live all around the country for the Michigan State-Miami game.
Oh.
And one of these gentlemen will be staying with me. And I've never met him before in person. Yeah, never met him before in person. We've just been chatting like crazy for like, the better part of a year. I told my wife this.
How did this go?
There was a interesting pause, and then I believe the comment of, "Oh, so we're all going to die." So yeah, but it's interesting because you just don't. It's interesting the curveballs that get thrown at you, man. We were talking about it last night because none of us anticipated making new friends at this point in our lives, and now all of a sudden there's like 8 or 9 or 10 of us, and we're talking every night. We're playing Call of Duty together. We know all about each other's families. We're just, it's ridiculous, and it just organically happened.
And they say video games will make you not socialize.
Right?
You're socializing with the
I
video
know.
games.
I'm socializing more now while I'm playing video games than I did when I would leave the house.
Maybe we're looking at the video games wrong.
I'm just saying. There is a social aspect to it, even though you are isolated in your own room, because with microphones and everything like that, and you can communicate with everybody. It's, listen, you're talking on a mic. The dude might as well be on the couch next to you. Because if he was on the couch next to you, you'd still be talking to him over a headset and a microphone. You know what I'm saying?
Texting the guy
Exactly. So it's like, so they might as well just be in the room with you. It seems like you're just hanging out at your buddy's house. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre.
I just find it bizarre.
Yeah.
You're inviting them over.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
coming
no,
to
yeah.
stay.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, coming down like from Wednesday to a Sunday.
Do you at least do a background check or anything? No?
No. I mean, I guess I joked to him last night. I said, yeah, my wife's going to need your Social Security number. Either that or your driver's license, whatever.
Did you get the pause from him when he said that? Or
he started laughing. He's like, dude, it's so bizarre. I'm like, I know. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Gave myself a pedicure last night.
Oh, man.
Bro, my feet were bad. I had
You're really
talons.
taking this positivity thing.
I had
way
talons
too
going,
much
bro.
here.
I had to take a belt sander out last night.
Whoa.
I had to take a shower and just like soak in the shower so the nails would soften enough so I could take those bad boys off.
Man, you don't do the pedicures enough. Huh?
I don't. Well, you know what it is? I used to get a pedicure regularly before the pandemic.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then the pandemic happened, and boom, no more
Threw the
pedicures.
schedule off.
Exactly, threw it all off.
And now you have to do it yourself, right?
Well, for the most part, and the wife got all pissy because I guess I accidentally scratched her the other night with my foot in the bed.
Oh.
Like, I moved my foot and her leg was there, and my nail like caught her, and like yeah,
you
like
didn't put
2
a deep
o'clock.
gash, did you?
No, but enough that it was like it was scratched me. So you got to cut those friggin' things.
Enough to know it's time to cut 'em.
Exactly. So I had to take the belt sander out last night, and so I like pedicures. I like doing a little. You know what I had to do? You know the thing the sandpaper thing you use on the back of your heels. You ever use that thing, Sean?
No, I have not. I
Oh.
probably should, but I have not.
My wife will buy this thing. It's like a little paddle, but it's got like sandpaper on each side.
Yeah, I seen them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And man, I just started grinding on my heels last night, bro. She's gonna need to get new sandpaper.
That much, huh?
Holy cow, bro! I think I wore that thing down to a nub.
Oh man, is it like sawdust from coming off?
Yes. No, it looks bizarre, dude. Because then it's also like you're in the shower, so it immediately gets wet and it's like a paste. It's just all the dead skin cells. Kind of disgusting, isn't it? Hopefully you're not eating.
I was wondering, you looked a little shorter today.
I know. Dropped about an inch. And the last thing that happened to me yesterday. Oh,
you're
boy.
action-packed day,
bro. Tell me.
I can't believe you stayed positive through all this.
All right. Well. Now here we go. Tell me if this is still positive. I didn't tweet about this.
It didn't go on
Thank
Twitter,
God. No,
so
it
we're
did
good.
not. So we're all good. All right. So I live in a development in Plantation that has been not well up. We've had bad HOA, bad maintenance, and the development started looking really, really seedy and bad. And so we recently started this whole $10 million improvement thing. All the buildings are getting rebuilt and everything. So whatever. My building was already done. I had to move out for 4 months while they did it. So my building's all done. Townhouse, 4 units, looks beautiful, brand new, everything, yay. Problem is, the outside landscaping stuff isn't. And my neighbors, the 3 neighbors I share a building with, they haven't put up their fences yet. So my unit is the only one that's totally done. My next door neighbor doesn't have a fence up, so it kind of looks kind of ratty. They don't have their flower beds. It's all just dead stuff still from the construction, which was a year ago. So I ratted them out to management.
Oh, you're a snitch?
I snitched them out that I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, listen.
Now it's their responsibility, right?
It's their responsibility. And listen, I was just handed a bill of almost $100,000 for the work that was done to our house, to our units. So I got to pay this. So if I'm paying this, I want my whole building to look brand spanking new.
Okay.
Right? If I'm paying this, I don't want it to look like ass anymore. And bro, so it's been a year and I got 2 neighbors that haven't put up fences yet. Haven't done anything with. So I ratted their asses out. I went to the property manager. I said, "Yo, these are violations. What are you doing? And I was like, yeah, I absolutely ratted them out. I am a snitch on them, 100%, and I stand by it.
And has anything happened yet?
Well, I just did it yesterday, so I mean,
it's
it's going to take just the right violation notices. But I'm like, bro, I don't think I did anything wrong. I've waited a year for them to step up and do what's supposed to be done to their properties, and they haven't.
No, 100%.
And it affects mine.
Right.
It affects mine. We're sharing walls. And it looks like ass from the outside that mine's the only one that is completely done. So it's like, bro, and they'll cry oh, well, times are tough. Dude, times are tough for everybody, but you have friggin' Amazon stuff getting delivered every single day. Every day there's an Amazon package dropping off in your front door. So kiss my ass that times are that tough, okay? You can finance a friggin' fence. I know that for a fact. You can finance a fence. So yeah, I was. So I ratted out my neighbors.
Have you physically talked with them at all?
No, I've not told the neighbors that I ratted them out.
Well, no, I mean like about their landscaping and the fence.
Yeah. I made a couple little things like, anytime you want to build a fence, bro, feel free. Anytime you want to go ahead and build it. Oh no, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to hear your excuses.
Because I know how you are with people, so I didn't know how close you are with those neighbors.
I'm not close with them in any way. I have no problem taking a shot at them to their face.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're not bad people, but I don't know them at all. Like, they're not friends.
Mm-hmm.
We've never had them over into our house. I will give them a nod when I see them outside, getting into my car or something. But outside of that, no.
Were they not a part of the meeting you had outside your?
Oh no, they were part of it, and they were all bitching about how we got to pay $90,000 or whatever.
Gotcha.
But none of them are bitching about the fact that I'm not, I don't have a fence. I'm like, dude, seriously, bro. So I ratted all my neighbors out. So how can this not end well for me?
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Oh, especially if they find out that it was me that ratted all their ass. Because they're all not gonna get violation notices with possible fines.
Watch it be on there. It'll be
I think the fine
your neighbor ratted you out.
I think the fine is $15 or $20 a day. If you don't have the right fence or something. I don't know.
Oh wow.
Oh no, yeah, no. It's it's. Dude, it's been a year, Sean.
Oh no, I'm not saying they're. I just $15 or $20 a day.
So I don't think that I was a bad guy here.
I'm not a big fan of the HOAs.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And I don't want to be snitching folks out, dude. But seriously, if your stuff is impacting the value of my house and it's been over a year, get your crap together.
And like you said, you're paying the $100,000.
Yeah,
you're paying
bro.
on that $100,000.
I got to pay this thing off. I don't know how the hell I'm going to pull that off, but I guess we'll figure something out.
You can go to the homeowners and be like, times are tough.
I don't know. I'll go to whoever the Dolphins grab at 6 and ask them for a loan.
There you go.
Could be our best option right there. Friendly reminder that tonight, we got on down there, Sports Grill Miami, Bird Road. The Dono, Big O, be getting things underway beginning at 7:30. Day one of the 2-day draft event. The best damn draft party, man. I am so excited about this. Sports Grill Miami's got multiple locations, so make sure you are heading to the Bird Road location down south, a little bit north of Kendall. And, it'll be a good time. I'll be out there tomorrow night. Not going to make it tonight, but I will be out there tomorrow night for a little bit. I got to try those wings. You ain't
going to leave.
And they're keto friendly, so, yeah, that's I'm all about that. Wings and blue cheese. Bring it all over to me. I'm just going to engorge myself. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, take a break. Got to talk all about the draft. I got a lot of thoughts. I think we might have Lucky Louie coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
You can join Toasted Sports by text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
It's Toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now, and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Time for a Sports Grill NFL Draft Profile. Memphis running back Kenneth Gainwell. This 5'11" redshirt sophomore weighs 195 pounds.
White to the air, and that's caught. Gainwell shedding tacklers, still on his feet. Gainwell down inside the 15. That's a running back, folks.
Kenneth is a running back that thinks like a QB. That's because Gainwell was a quarterback for a few seasons in high school before switching to running back. Gainwell could be considered Travis Etienne light. He needs to be showcased in space, used extensively in a passing game, and be featured in a spread-style offense like the West Coast. The negatives on Kenneth Gainwell are his struggles in the blocking game, like adjusting to the blitz, and can his frame hold up in short yardage situations. Kenneth is following a ton of recent success as running backs Tony Pollard Bernard, Darrell Henderson, and Antonio Gibson are all Memphis products. Teams that could select him: New York Jets at number 66, LA Chargers at number 77, Dolphins at number 81, Pittsburgh at number 87, or Buffalo at number 93. Join OnsideRadio.com for NFL Draft Week at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. For a two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30 p.m. Listen to the live broadcast exclusively at OnsideRadio.com or join Big O and Alex Dono for the best Miami Dolphins draft coverage on your home for real sports talk. OnsideRadio.com.
Enter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnsideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
Inter Miami take on Nashville SC this Sunday at Nissan Stadium at 1 o'clock. The expansion partners that joined the league together in 2020 have taken on each other 3 times and have resulted in 2 wins and 1 draw for Nashville, one being a 3-0 playoff win last season in November, in which Miami was completely embarrassed. Over the 3 games, Miami have scored a total of 0 goals, and this Sunday hopefully is the first time that maybe Higuain or somebody like Robbie Robinson or Pizarro can finally get on the score sheet against Nashville for Inter Miami.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
$8:23. Thursday morning. NFL Draft just hours away, the first round. Very, very exciting stuff. This is Toasted Sports. Going to go to the phones right now and talk to a man that we talk to every single Thursday. Get a little financial info, knowledge. He is named Lucky Louie. Good morning, Louie. How lucky you feeling?
I feel fantastic. The stock market keeps making new highs, and I think stocks are still cheap in certain areas of the market. And breaking news, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says the city will reopen 100% on July 1st.
Very nice. Look at that. Full dining, everything. Good.
Yes, just came across the tape.
Very nice.
2 minutes ago.
Very nice. All right, so what stock-wise, what are the I know yesterday wasn't a well, I guess it all depends what you're into. I know yesterday my weed stocks did pretty good, but other stuff didn't do very well. Kind of been things have kind of been flat for my portfolio for the most part for the last couple of weeks. How's everything going?
Well, since the election, the markets have gained 20%. And since President Biden took over, since January, the market is now up north of 10%. So, market's probably taking, a little backing and filling, and will probably trade sideways. And the earnings that have been coming out have been really, really good. You have Amazon reporting at the end of the day. You had Samsung reported high demand for devices. Caterpillar, a big demand for the big yellow machines. And McDonald's said that sales are roaring. So, things are good.
Let me ask you this, Louis, because you mentioned McDonald's. I know there's been a thing. I don't know about up in New York, but certainly there's an issue down here, and that is that restaurants down here are unable to stay open 7 days a week because they are unable to staff. They are not able to find folks to come in and work because they're getting too much on unemployment. And so we got restaurants down here that can only open like 5 days a week or whatever because they don't have Is this going to be an issue for restaurants moving forward as all these places start reopening while we're still, doing all this unemployment?
Well, what's going to happen is people like us who go into the restaurants are going to be paying more when it comes for the check, and they're going to have to pay higher wages in order to incentivize these people to get back, and the unemployment is running out in September. So
wasn't Biden looking to extend it even till the end of the year? I think I saw something about that. They want to extend it even further.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Right. It's interesting. 20 million Americans lost their job during the pandemic, and 650 billionaires saw their net worth increase by $1 trillion.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tale of two different worlds, man.
I saw it down in Florida last week, and restaurants were booming.
Yep.
I think it's going to have to come down to paying them more money in wages.
No, you're right. Listen, I'll tell you, there's restaurants on South Beach, Louis, that are paying new waiters and waitresses signing bonuses of between $500 and $1,000 to start working.
I know.
It's insane. Signing bonuses for a waiter. I never heard of such a thing.
I know. That's unbelievable.
It is, but that's where they're at now. It's crazy.
I don't know if you watched the president last night.
I did not. I was playing Call of Duty.
Okay. Well, he promised not to raise taxes on Americans who make less than $400,000.
Okay.
But that only applies to individuals, not married couples. So if you have a husband and a wife that both earn, over $250,000, there's going to be an issue there,
right?
Because then you're going to get dinged at the highest level,
right?
So a lot of people have to understand. But listen, if the stock market is the barometer of success, the first 100 days have started off with a bang. Like I said, a big bang. And, people are getting more confident. Look, I was down last week near you, and, you go down to South Beach, you go down to the Avenue in Delray, you go down to Fort Lauderdale. It's booming.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what's going to happen in terms of New York City, because the crime, it's like a cesspool there right now.
Okay.
And I don't know what they're going to do. My friend was telling me yesterday, she had to go on a visit to one of the stores that she covers in Queens, and there was a police station right out there, and the cops were just hanging out, doing nothing, just talking and enjoying the sun. So, remember that song by what was it, the Bangles? Hanging out at the Jonah shop.
Yeah.
Like an Egyptian.
All right, let me ask you this. We had some Canes news, and I have never, it kind of tells you about what sort of a person he was. So we had a gentleman that is leaving the program. We all knew he was going to be leaving the program. But the amount of love being shown Kosi Perry on social media yesterday upon the announcement that he is transferring and he'll be going over to FAU. You don't see that a lot in college football, that fan bases will just shower love on a guy who, had a bit of a rocky tenure here. Kind of shows how good of a guy he is as a person.
Well, he really did a 180.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this, I used to follow him on Facebook, and I'd be up in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you ever see those green lights on Messenger, and you would see who's online, and I'd see Kosi at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? The kid's got practice at 6 o'clock, and he's the quarterback for the Canes. And I remember, when he came up to New York when we were in the Pinstripe Bowl, and everyone was running around Manhattan. They did not allow him to go anywhere, they had him on lockdown. And, you'd see all the kids on Instagram stories and Times Square taking pictures. There was no Cozy, but I guess, he had his checkup from the neck up. And, look, it goes like the old Nick Saban speech with Musa Muhammad. What are you going to do? Condemn a kid who's 18, 19 years old? I mean, these kids don't know anything. They went behind the ears, and he matured. He made a great turnaround. I believe he became a father.
Mm-hmm.
I wish him nothing but the best. I think he's going to relish over at FAU, and I'm happy for him, and I send him nothing but love. And, it just goes to show you cannot give up on these kids at that age.
No, at that age, there's so much. Exactly. At that age, there's so much growing that is. You grow so much over the course of 6 months, 12 months due to life experiences. It's insane. All right, let me ask you this. We found out that for the Canes-Alabama kickoff game, Atlanta is going to have that stadium at full capacity, 100% filled. So do you think a packed crowd in there is better for the Canes or worse for the Canes? Would you have rather have had them play that game with a limited crowd and not as much noise?
No, you're going to get the rednecks driving across.
Yeah, you are. Oh, yeah.
To see it.
It'll be 95% Bama fans.
Well, that's a whole. They're going to see the SEC football.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's like a home game for Alabama, but like I said, I think we're going to be favored 11 out of 12 games. I don't think anybody is going to go into that game anticipating that we're going to win the game, but you never
showing.
know.
Just want a good showing. I want a good showing. Look, I want us to cover and be in it in the fourth quarter.
Well, listen, I hope we win it. Maybe we might catch this quarterback off guard.
First start.
He's never really played his first start. Adaptability of the speed from high school to college. But then again, he practices against some of the best players on the planet. I mean, look, it's very hard to compete with that program. Since Saban took over, he have 7 national titles. They're in the SEC championship every year. You go there, you get a Mercedes from them. You get a grant for your unborn kids to go to Alabama for free. And you play on a winning team, and you probably get the bag man giving your mother and father a job and cash. So
there you go.
And listen, he's got Mark Emmert in his pocket. Emmert was his athletic director at LSU, and he won the national championship when Emmert was the athletic director. He's going to turn a deaf ear. I mean, it's all about the Benjamins and the money that Alabama, the fan base that they make for the university, for the NCAA. You got several teams, to me, that are Teflon, more Teflon than John Gotti, and Nick Saban is definitely one of them, in my opinion. And look, he's a great coach. I mean, I love the guy. I mean, the guy knows how to coach. He puts players in the NFL, and he's got a good track record. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm hopeful. Maybe we have a 10 or 15% chance of winning the game, and like I said, on any given Sunday, anything could happen.
Lucky Louie, we talk to him every single Thursday, bro. Thank you very much. We're up against the clock, and we'll talk to you next Thursday. Best of luck in the market this week, and have a good one up there in New York.
Thanks, buddy. Be well. Bye-bye.
You got it. Excellent. All right, we will take a break. We've got a sports update coming up next. Then we will get all down into the nitty-gritty of the NFL draft, round 1 tonight. What are the Dolphins going to do? What do you want to see them do? What is a success tonight? When you wake up tomorrow morning, what will you say the Dolphins did that made it a successful evening for you? We'll talk about all that stuff coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody-Ass family. Dr. Moody-Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnSideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnSideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
Eric Spoelstra gets win 600 last night as the Miami Heat beat the San Antonio Spurs 116-111. Jimmy Butler scored 29 points. Bam Adebayo added 21. The Heat used a 17-0 second-half run and hung on late for the victory. Heat are in Cleveland Saturday night, tip-off 8 p.m. The Miami Marlins took 2 of 3 from the Milwaukee Brewers after 6-2 win yesterday. Jesus Aguilar has hit his 5th home run in 6 games. The Fish are off today. They start a weekend series with the Nationals on Friday. Florida Panthers are back on the ice tonight skating in Chicago against the Blackhawks, nationally televised game. Puck drops at 8 p.m. And don't forget, tonight we will be at Sports Grill, Bird Road, for night 1 of the NFL Draft starting at 7:30 p.m. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the Onside Radio NFL Draft watch party and live broadcast. Sports Grill located at 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road in Miami. We will see you there. You're listening to South Florida's only local sports talk station, OnSideRadio.com, and apparently I've got mail.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out to Toast, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Toasted Sports.
Oh, the anticipation is crazy. Cleveland going to be the site of the NFL draft. Round 1 going down tonight. Be able to watch it, NFL Network, ESPN, whatever. You can actually listen to it right here on OnSideRadio.com. Big O Alex Donna will be doing the coverage live from Sports Grill Miami, and you still have more mail coming in there, Sean. Go ahead and check that out.
I hit the wrong button up here.
Man, so this is big. There's so many. I'll be honest. There's so many different ways this could go tonight. So my first, and we'll be talking to Omar Kelly a little bit later, and I'll throw some of these questions to him as well. But you're looking at the Dolphins sitting at 6. And part of me, I tell you, as we're getting closer, I'm starting to think that I think they're, well, up until yesterday, I thought there might be a better chance that we might trade down a few spots. Because I believe that Pitts and Chase are going to be gone. Now, it's funny how fluid everything is because you're all assuming things are going to go one way. Atlanta Falcons play such an integral part in this because what are their thoughts on where their franchise is right now? It's a team that is still licking its wounds some 4 years later after the biggest Super Bowl debacle in NFL history. Matt Ryan's got probably, 2, maybe 3 quality years left before he's got to walk away.
I'd air for 2.
Right? So you're going to get 2 still really good years out of Matt Ryan. Now, this is a roster that's got a lot of holes. So the question is do you draft a quarterback that will sit behind Matt Ryan for the next year or 2 and groom him to take over, or do you try and fill the holes you have in the draft? They don't have a whole lot of cap space, and try to make one more run with Matt Ryan, and that would mean taking either Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase at number 4. So a lot hinges on what the brain trust of Atlanta, what direction they see this franchise going right now. Are they going to try to take another run here for the next 2 years with Matt Ryan as a quarterback, or are they going to say, you know what, we're going to draft a young quarterback to sit behind him, we're going to try to trade Julio Jones, and we're gonna rebuild, and it sucks to be Matt, but he'll be with a fledgling franchise for the next couple of years. Then you've got, so part of my hope was that, all right, so listen, what if you've got Chase and Pitts are gone by the time the Dolphins are on the clock at 6? I'm like, all right, well, I mean, for me, that would suck, but I really love Jalen Waddle as well. So I'd have no problem with them getting Waddle, but I don't think you get Waddle at 6. You would trade down. And my thought was the team you would probably trade down with would be Denver because they're going to want to get a quarterback. But now Denver made a move yesterday. They traded with Carolina, and they got Teddy Bridgewater, who we all love. We love Teddy Bridgewater. So now I don't believe Denver. They got Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. They're not drafting a quarterback now and moving up to get a quarterback. So, I don't know who. Now, Carolina. What about Carolina?
Yeah,
is Carolina fully in bed with Sam Darnold? Or would they want Sam Darnold and maybe trading up and getting like a Trey Lance or a Mac Jones to compete with Sam Darnold? Maybe they want to have a flat-out quarterback competition down there with 2 young guys.
But then, I guess if you're doing that, then why wouldn't you have just kept Teddy Bridgewater?
Well, because you obviously
you have a known backup, is what I'm saying.
Well, because you've seen Teddy Bridgewater play, and obviously Matt Rule's not a Teddy Bridgewater fan. Teddy Bridgewater was there when Matt Rule took the gig, and he had him for a year, and obviously he knows he's not the guy, so he went out and made a move to get Sam Darnold. So, but there's still a question mark there with Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Competition is everything in this league. I don't know what Carolina's thinking. Would you want to have 2 young quarterbacks like that young?
Yeah, that'd
going
be my
head to head?
question.
That'd be kind of weird. I don't know if we've ever seen that. But I was just kind of thinking of those that might be willing to trade up so the Dolphins could move back to like 9, 10, or 12 and still get Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm not sure. Now, let me ask you this, Sean. If the Dolphins get, they get out of the first round or that first pick is made and it isn't Pitts or Jamar Chase, is the fan base upset? If you pick at 6 and you don't get one of those 2 guys, is the fan base going to be pissed? Because remember, you were sitting at 3.
Well, that's the one. Those fan base that remember that you're sitting.
You would have had your choice at either one of those guys had you just not touched anything and not done any trades. But you did, and now you've thrown stuff into question. And listen, they say that Pitts is a generational talent. I have no idea if he's a generational. We'll find out. We're going to find out. But they say that those are the two best playmakers in the draft. You need a playmaker. I mean, will Dolphins fans give this team a break if they get out of the first round and they don't have one of those two guys on their roster?
You know, I think the fan base may, but I honestly think Flores and Greer, when you look back at this, what is the one name that you don't hear anymore? Since Senior Bowl, you haven't heard anything about Devonta Smith.
No.
I honestly think that is who they've probably been targeting this whole time, which is why they moved back.
Well, but you can move further back for him. He's not going. You can't take him at 6.
I understand, but now you at least control that narrative. You don't have somebody somebody.
So you think he's the guy, huh?
I believe I'm starting to look at it as he's always been the guy, which is why they said, okay, let's move back to 12. And then they started looking at it going, oh, wait a minute, maybe we need to move back in front of these teams to make sure our guy is there.
Listen, if their guy has been Devonta Smith this entire time, then good on them then. Then just make sure you get him. Listen, once again, and I've said this before, all I want for the Dolphins, forget the fan base, forget the talking heads on TV. I want the Dolphins with the number 6 pick or with their first pick to get the top guy that they've been targeting this entire time. There's one guy that Flo and Greer have been smiling about for the last 2 or 3 months. We don't know who that is. Sean thinks it's Devonta Smith. We have no idea who that is. But whoever that is, that's who I want them to get with their first pick. I want them to get the guy that they've been targeting this entire time. Because that way, there's no excuses. They got the guy. They're all happy. There'll be no, what if? We could have done this. We should have done this, whatever. That's all I want because I think that is huge. So, and then at 18, the more I'm looking at it, Sean, I wanted a defensive end there. But, man, I'm thinking maybe running back. I'm leaning more towards Najee. I think maybe Omar Kelly has corrupted me. I think I'm all in on Najee Harris. I think he's wormed his way into my brain, and he has carved out a little spot in my brain for Najee Harris. Man, I'd love to see a really good running back in this backfield with Tua.
I mean, that's the thing with the 18th pick, right? They can go.
Yes.
They can go. They've got so much.
Yes.
Many glaring holes at running back and at defensive end. Either way they go, I think you're going to make the fan base happy.
Well, and listen, and I think you can. I happen to think that with your first pick of the second round, they don't have 2 in the second round. Oh yeah, they do. Do they? Wait, double check. Hold on, I got to. Hold on. Let me pick up my. I should have had my draft order up. Hold on, let me pull it up for you all. I got it right here. All right. No, just yes, 2. 36 and 50. So I believe at 36, I think you may be able to get Rousseau there. Yeah, I think Gregory Rousseau is going to fall to that far. I think he's going to be beginning of the second round pick. I think you got the guy from Michigan, and I think Jalen Phillips are going to go in the first round. I think Rousseau is going to slip into the early second, and I think he may be there for the Dolphins at 36.
That's not bad. If you get Najee Harris,
if you get me your top playmaker at 6, whether that's Devontae Smith or whoever it is, if you get that guy at 6, and then you come back and you get me Najee Harris at 18, and then you get me a Rousseau at 36, bro, I am thrilled. I am happy as a pig, and you know what? Like it ain't getting any better than that. No way. That is exactly what this team needs. All 3 of those guys, all 3 of those positions. All right, we'll take a break. More draft talk coming up, a full hour to go, but coming up next, take a little diversion. We got 3 funny-ass news stories. It is Toasted News, and that comes up next on OnSideRadio.com.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with the Radio.net app. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
It's Toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
When you're tired of watching the sun damage your furniture or raise your electric bill, it's time to do what we did here at OnSideRadio.com studio. Call A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie and Sunrise. A Shade Above Window Fashions has a great selection of blackout shades to choose from. We can almost create a complete blackout for your bedroom or media room. Call them at 954-434-4774. That's 954-434-4774. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
You can connect with us at OnSideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. Save it on your cell phone, 844-416-8123. No better place to send your comments, ask questions, win prizes. OnSideRadio.com, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
At OnSideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
The last road trip of the regular season has come to its final stop as the Panthers are in Chicago for a pair of games against the Blackhawks. Florida enters tonight's action fresh off Tuesday's 7-4 win over the Nashville Predators, a victory that clinched the Panthers' spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Leading the way for Florida has been its longest-tenured superstars, Jonathan Huberdeau and Sasha Barkov. Huberdeau matched a career high on Tuesday with 5 points against Nashville. He's racked up 15 points over his last 9 games. As for Barkov, he's coming off a 3-point effort against the Preds, and overall has been absolutely abusing goalies for well over a month now. Barkov has scored a ridiculous 16 goals over his past 20 games. Chicago, meanwhile, is in desperation mode, sitting 7 points back of Nashville in that final playoff spot in the Central Division with just 7 games remaining. The Blackhawks will have their work cut out for them against Florida as the Panthers come in with a 6-2-1 record over the last 9 games.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Let's get back to Toasted Sports. You can send a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast. Stories you won't hear anywhere else. This is Toasted News.
We begin in Boston. The FAA fed up with passengers causing a scene mid-flight as the agency announced fines for 3 people who drank too much alcohol they bought on board and caused disturbances in the last few months. 2 of the passengers were on a JetBlue Airlines flight from Haiti to Boston on January 4th. One of the passengers, fined $31,000, allegedly drank his own alcohol, yelled and waved his hands at flight attendants and other passengers. He yelled and waved his hands at flight attendants after other passengers took issue with his disruptive behavior and grabbed the arms of 2 different flight attendants during the trip. Another passenger on the same flight fined $16,000. Dude, that flight was popping. They were dancing in the aisles. This guy was yelling obscenities and made motions to strike a flight attendant when they arrived at his seat in response to a complaint from another passenger. And so if you're a disruptive passenger, they can fine you up to $35,000. All part of their zero tolerance policy with the whole mask mandate going on.
Well, how about not letting them bring their own alcohol on them?
Yeah, that'd be a good way to start. Good way to start. Check out those bags, baby. No booze on board.
What is that?
Right? Carrying in your carry-on bag like a bottle of Tito's. Seattle, Washington. Naming a child can be a stressful situation, and new parents will often spend hours upon hours coming up with the perfect, meaningful name. As one mom found out, however, it's really important to spell that name correctly on the birth certificate. Kelsey Tate, new mother from Seattle, went viral on Twitter when she revealed that a misspelling on her daughter's birth certificate had left the kid with an unusual name. Apparently, instead of saying Cora, the birth certificate said Korn with a K, like the rock band.
Oh.
The hospital messed up my baby's name. We just got the birth certificate and it's Korn. My baby's name is legally Korn. Oh my God. She revealed that while the mistake was made on the official birth certificate, there are ways to get that fixed. We just mailed the corrections form, which unfortunately was the back of the Korn certificate, so we can't put it on the baby book, but we'll put a scan. Oh, there you go. So they lost their certificate. Imagine being named Korn. Come on, man. All right, this is the best one. Staff weren't allowed. Where is this? Where is this? This is happening in London, I guess.
What?
Or England. Staff weren't allowed to use a signal on a smart motorway because it looked like a penis. Yes, operators were told the overhead sign telling drivers both the fast and slow lanes of the road were closed was said to resemble male genitalia, and they were allegedly blocked from activating it. The damning statement by one of the workers who worked for CCTV on the M25 road has detailed a series of issues experienced by the camera and sign operators working on the controversial motorways. They were not allowed to close both the inside and outside lane at the time because of the risk of displaying a phallic-like symbol on the overhead sign. So you couldn't sit there and tell people which way to go on the road because the directional arrow you guys had pre-programmed into the machine looked like a giant penis.
Oh.
These are things you want to work out before you put the sign up.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like testing. There's got to be like a testing phase in the warehouse. When you light the sign up and you're like, hey, you know what? That arrow looks like my Johnson. Perhaps we should, change it a little bit. Good God,
Not good planning on their part.
That is the news. We will take a break. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. I know you won't, because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
No wimpy corporate-led radio station here. You're listening to the only station in South Florida that truly gives you a voice. OnSideRadio.com.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night.
Perfect. I love my job.
Oak Tree?
Sup?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans! Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Welcome to Toasted Sports.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Guess what time it is? Well, what time is it? It's time to get some. Get some.
Some what? Some what? Get some coffee. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And then
We can start.
we can start. Go at the show.
Here's Toast.
Nine o'clock. Toasted Sports, streaming live on OnsideRadio.com. We'll talk to the Sun Sentinels' Omar Kelly coming up next at 9:20. Get ready for that. Get his final thoughts on how he thinks tonight will pan out for the NFL and the Miami Dolphins. And with the first night of the draft happening tonight, I stumbled across a list of the NFL's biggest draft day blunders. It's just quite a list.
Is this busts, you mean, or just like?
No, this is blunders. Like, these are GMs that just made a bad decision because of who was available after the pick that they took. And there will be a Kane that appears on this list, and not in a good way. 2007, drafting Jamarcus Russell over Calvin Johnson. Jamarcus Russell was all the rave, man. You know, LSU quarterback, this and that. And, man, what an absolute bust. He was the number one overall pick of the Raiders and just lasted 3 seasons. I don't even know where. They got to do a 30 for 30. Where is Jamarcus Russell? Like, I would watch like a half an hour. Not an hour, but like a half an hour. Like what happened? Like, did he save the money? Is he doing fine because he got all that money that was guaranteed? And was he smart with it? Did he invest it well? Or is he, working at a Waffle House? Next one. This was where the Kane shows up. Listen, I love Jerome McDougal. Thought he was going to be a stud. Didn't quite work out that way for him in the NFL. And when you're the Eagles and you take him over, say, Troy Polamalu, well, that's going to sting a little bit. Steelers, McDougal went 15. Steelers went ahead and grabbed Troy Polamalu at 16, one pick after. This one, bro, in 2007, the Rams selected Adam Carricker, Nebraska defensive end. Did not really live up to what he was supposed to be, when they could have taken Darrelle Revis. Wow, the island was right there for them, and they went with the kid. I remember that Carricker kid from Nebraska. He was good at Nebraska. 2002, this one's legendary. Like, this poor kid was just broken. He never had a shot. David Carr. But the Houstons took him. They could have had Julius Peppers. Certainly would have bode better for them. David Carr just got destroyed, dude. He led the league in getting sacked 3 out of his first 4 years. They literally broke the poor kid. Broke him. Was he from Fresno, right? Fresno State or something?
Yeah, he was Fresno State,
yeah.
David Carr.
Now we took a shot at a Miami kid. Now we're going to take a shot at an FSU kid. 2000 draft, Cincinnati Bengals took Peter Warrick over Jamal Lewis. Dude, remember Jamal Lewis, dude, with the Ravens? That dude was a monster. 2,000-yard seat. Like, dude, he was insane. And listen, Peter Warrick wasn't bad. So it's not like he was an absolute huge bust, but he was number 4 overall. So not quite, didn't quite live up to that. Was more of kind of a special teams returner guy. But yeah, and then 2004, this one, I remember they said, we talk about generational talent with Pitts. In 2004, this guy was said to be a generational talent at tackle. They were convinced this guy was going to be a stud at left tackle for 10 to 15 years. His name was Robert Gallery. Raiders ended up taking him. The rest is history. You know who the Raiders could have had? Who was taken like a pick later? Larry Fitzgerald. Oh, bro. Bro. Come on now. Then 2005. There's two of them from 2005. You remember there was a player dropped in that draft. They kept going to the room, and you saw this guy just sitting there all by himself. His name was Aaron Rodgers. You know who was who the Raiders drafted right before Aaron Rodgers was picked? Cornerback Fabian Washington. Yeah. Raiders have made a lot of blunders. They're on this list a couple times. Good God. 2005, the other one. You remember, all right, Sean, you'll remember this. When, what's his name? Matt Millen was running the Detroit Lions. He had a run for a few years where all he did with his first pick was take wide receivers. Well, in 2005, he took Mike Williams over to Marcus Ware, who went on to the Cowboys, went on to possibly be the best pass rusher of his generation, and I believe is the Cowboys' career leader in sacks. So, yeah, Mike Williams didn't quite work that out. And now another Kane player, but on the good side of things. 2000, so the Raiders are on here again. The Raiders in 2002 drafted Napoleon Harris. You know who went next? Ed Reed. Oh, my God. Hopefully, listen, there'll be a blunder tonight. We won't know about it, unfortunately, for another few years. Hopefully, it is not on the Dolphins' end. But, yeah, man. Oh, my God. Can you, these are just fireable offenses. I'm still amazed by the Jamarcus Russell thing. I don't understand how NFL teams were so just duped by that.
Well, now he's a quarterback coach for his old high school.
Oh, there you go. Good for him. Good for him.
Well, again, he had that arm, right? I remember didn't he sit on his butt on one side of the end zone and throw it 65, 70 yards?
He did, but it was weird. He kind of came out of nowhere. It was only, I think, one season. It was weird. It was almost like just a flash in the pan sort of a thing. Yeah. But, man, everybody went. And he was so big. That was the thing. He was so big. They were just like, dude, this guy's a monster. He was bigger than Ben Roethlisberger. And it was like, they're not going to be able to touch him and this and that. And, man, it just did not. He was clueless from the minute he got in the league.
Oh, you could tell.
It was awful. Bad.
Everything did not slow down.
No,
for him.
nothing. No,
nothing.
It sped up, exactly. Everything sped up. All right, let's take a look here at come on, open.
Now I wonder, because that's a lot playing the results there, but I wonder what some of the, for instance, you know how going into the drafts this year, it's the lying season as we've heard on our promos and things like that, but what was being said that kind of geared some of those guys? What did some GM think? Is it the same stuff we're hearing now? I wish I could remember back.
Well, I mean, listen,
some of those drafts. You look at why Jerome, you took a guy.
You look at Jerome McDougal, and you know that those pre-draft meetings with the hierarchy had to be, bro, he's a Miami defensive lineman, and they're talking about Jerome Brown and Cortez Kennedy, and I mean, they're just listing down the names. They're like, of course, he's the next great Miami defensive lineman. So I mean, listen, I think it's very easy for these GMs to talk themselves into players.
Yeah.
think it's possibly very easy for them to talk themselves out of players. I think that there is a lot of over-analyzation that happens with this. I mean, here's my thing. Like, if you have 3 years of tape on a guy playing at a Power 5 conference, that should be all you really need. You shouldn't see all that tape, love that tape, but then you meet him in person and you get his his metrics and his measurements, and all of a sudden his arms are 2 inches too short. Oh, I'm not gonna. No. His arms are 2 inches too short. He won't be able to block. He won't be able to do. Bro, did you watch him literally play the game for 3 years against top-level competition? So I think sometimes, maybe a lot of times, GMs will overthink this, and they will allow themselves to talk themselves out of players. And I think it happens a lot in the final 48 hours of before the draft. When the screws are tightening, and you know that you're going to be on the clock soon, and you need to and you want to know that the pick you're making, you're 100% sure of. You have no second thoughts, no hedging of your bets. It's not easy to be a GM. And all the pressure, I mean, listen, the second that pick is made, your entire fan base will judge you and react. And 75% of those fan bases possibly have never seen that kid play in college.
Yeah, 100%.
They've never seen any tape.
Except for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. They've only seen tape that Mel Kiper has shown on ESPN over the last 2 weeks.
Which is the same highlight.
Yeah, they have no idea. But they will react, and they will rip you, and they will just go, the sky is falling. Like, they will burn jerseys. I mean, it is absolutely overreaction.
I think the funniest thing is this year, like, the number one pick is so head and shoulders above the rest. He's probably got the easiest job, right, as the GM?
Bro.
I mean, other than if Trevor Lawrence gets there and is total –
right.
But then again, everybody would have went with Trevor Lawrence.
So everyone's
almost like
you can't fault Jacksonville for taking
I think
him
everybody else after that, though, now, in this, especially like 2 through, I would even say up to 7 in this draft, you almost have to choose somebody that's going to change the course of your franchise.
How great would it be? I love chaos. I love curveballs. I love chaos. How great would it be if Jacksonville's on the clock tonight and they take Justin Fields or they take another quarterback? They don't take Trevor. Oh. Can you imagine the talking heads? Kuiper would legitimately – he would explode. He would lose it. His head would explode.
It would literally be a real-life draft day, the movie.
They would have no idea what to say.
And the quarterback all of a sudden starts falling.
You would have all the talking heads just with their mouths open like, what?
Wait, what's wrong with Trevor?
What's
wrong with him?
What? What? Dude, I would love that. That would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
That would be phenomenal. All right, so I saw a final ranking. Now, this is everyone's got their own final rankings for players. This one was done by CBS.
Okay.
But there was some interesting – check this out. So, obviously, they got Trevor Lawrence as the number 1 overall player on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Kyle Pitts. I can see that. I can see that. Number 3, surprised with this, they have Zach Wilson as number 3. Bro, like, I don't get this.
I think that's just going with him being the second pick.
I'm just gonna tell you, bro. I firmly believe that Justin Fields is going to have a much better pro career than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, and what is the ranking again, Toast? I'm sorry.
So this is Lawrence at 1. This is the overall just final player to the top 250 they did.
They're saying this is their top ranking, top player rankings.
This is just the main big board. No positions. This is just everyone in one pot ranking them 1 through.
They have Zach Wilson as the third best player?
Third best player on the board.
Oof.
Micah Parsons at 4. Patrick Surtain, the second, local kid, at number 5. Penei Sewell at 6. Mm-hmm. Then another tackle, Rashawn Slater, right after him at number 7. Justin Fields at 8. Notice who I haven't mentioned yet. Any wide receiver.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase at 9.
Yeah, okay.
Jalen Waddle at 10. So.
Someone said Pitts, right?
Yeah, and they got Devonta Smith at 15. They've got your top edge rusher is the kid Kwity Paye from Michigan. He's at 16. They've got Jalen Phillips at 21. And they've got Rousseau at 30. So I'm telling you, bro, he may be there at 36 for the Dolphins.
Toast, did you say Kyle Pitts at all?
Yeah, he's at number 2.
Kyle Pitts is 2.
Yeah, he's 2.
Okay.
He is split. They have Lawrence, Pitts, Wilson.
Okay.
So Kyle Pitts is Kyle Pitts is the number 1 offensive player on the board, outside of quarterback on the board, according to CBS.
Okay.
And no one's, it's him, and then it is tackles, quarterbacks, linebackers, until you get down to number 9 and 10, where you've got Chase and Waddle.
Yeah.
13.
Again, it's going to go by
here's
need,
interesting.
I think,
Here's something that's interesting. Top-rated running back on the board for CBS, Javonte Williams from North Carolina.
Thank you, UM.
Right? Dude, he literally, the minute he signs his contract, he should have to donate $500,000 to UM.
Yeah.
He should have to have we should have a new, physical therapy wing down at the Heck Center, and it should be named after Javonte Williams. Unbelievable. We made the guy's career.
Make the address. What was it?
Yeah.
320. What? How many yards? 3 yards?
Yeah. What was it? 450, 554, whatever the hell it was. Oh my God.
Make the address that.
Oh my God.
Go to
Yeah. Exactly.
554.
Yeah.
So Javonte Williams.
So Travis Etienne is the number 2 running back.
Okay.
They got him at 19. So Najee Harris. Let's see. Where is he down here? Najee.
We might be able to get Najee Harris at 36. And then
Najee Harris. They have him listed at number 49.
Wow.
Bro, like middle to late second round.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe he can go at 36.
Top FSU kid you're seeing on here, obviously Asante Samuel Jr. He is at number 38. Rousseau Phillips, I do not see. Where is my boy Roche? Roche is at number 62. Quincy Roche at 62. So, all right, we're going to get our Omar Kelly on from the Sun Sentinel coming up next. He is the Dolphins expert. He has been waiting for this moment, building up to it for the better part of 2-3 months. We'll get his final thoughts as the draft is just hours away from the Dolphins being on the clock. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with simple radio. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Duncan to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
It's Toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnSideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this 2-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a 2-night event as OnSideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet. Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnSideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
Inter Miami take on Nashville SC this Sunday at Nissan Stadium at 1 o'clock. The expansion partners that joined the league together in 2020 have taken on each other 3 times and have resulted in 2 wins and 1 draw for Nashville, one being a 3-0 playoff win last season in November, in which Miami was completely embarrassed. Over the 3 games, Miami have scored a total of 0 goals, and this Sunday hopefully is the first time that maybe Higuain or somebody like Robbie Robinson or Pizarro can finally get on the score sheet against Nashville for Inter Miami.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio. Brace yourself. You might not hear what you want. You can always expect Omar to keep it real, whether you like it or not. It's time for the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report with Sun Sentinel writer Omar Kelly. EJD is your one-stop shop, custom home builder, and general contractor for residential construction. Call them 305-433-4843. Find them on Facebook at EJD Construction. Here's Omar Kelly with your Miami Dolphins report segment.
All right, Toasted Sports on Onside Radio. We are trying to get Omar Kelly on the phone right now, so give us a moment. Sean is working on that. But tonight, man, so I'm wondering which team is most. I think we're going to see a very active first round. I think we're going to see some trades. I think we're going to see some teams trading down. The way you have the quarterback slotted, it seems like there's going to be a couple that may drop into the late single digits or early like 10, 11, 12s. So you may have some teams that want to jump up. One of them may be New England. They could possibly be one that is could see themselves maybe making a move to get up to get the quarterback. And also Atlanta, dude. I mean, again, they're the linchpin for this whole thing. The direction that brain trust thinks they're going to go in. Have we found him yet, there, Shawnee? Not yet. All right.
Still working on it.
All right, all good. So we may not have Omar today, which is unfortunate, but we'll see if we can get him on. So tonight we are going to be doing this whole thing live at oh my God, I don't even have it in front of me. Sports Grill. There you go. Good God. I turned the wrong page. Bird Road location. Great wings down there. Dono and O are going to get everything going at 7:30, so we'll have everything on the big screens. You can break down all the draft stuff with us, and that will be it'll be good stuff, man. It's going to be a good time out there. I'll be out there on Friday, so we'll be out there. While we're trying to wait for Omar, let us talk about the fact that some other football news. Antonio Brown is re-signing with the Buccaneers on a 1-year deal, listen, there was talk he might go to Seattle, might go to a few other teams. He's going to go back and be with Brady. I saw a mock draft yesterday. Was it Chris Sims, who has Justin Fields falling all the way to number 31 and going to the New England Patriots, going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, I mean, are you kidding me? Because that is exactly what the world needs. Justin Fields learning under Tom Brady. His mock draft was all over the place. Lawrence, Wilson. Mac Jones at 3. I don't see, man, San Francisco's really going to, I don't know how you take Mac Jones over Justin Fields. Like, I don't see how you take Zach Wilson over Justin Fields. I mean, at what point, how can you just ignore what happened at a major program for a couple of years? He's been playing with epilepsy this whole time. Was it an issue at Ohio State? No. So why would it be an issue now in the NFL? I swear to God, sometimes these GMs, they overanalyze this. They look for reasons not to draft a guy, and they ignore all the reasons you should draft a guy.
Yeah, whatever happened to just watching the film and seeing him perform and knowing?
Listen, if you watch the film and you're on the fence about a guy, then you want to have the pro day or the combine stuff be the deciding factor. That's fine. But there's no way that the combine and the pro day stuff should outweigh and cancel out what actually happened on the field during competition against the best talent in America. I mean, come on. Listen, I understand that Justin Fields had a couple of bad games in the Big Ten, against Indiana, and there was another one. But look at what he's done, what he did against Alabama and Clemson in the games where he played them. It's just, come on, bro. Like, I don't get it. I don't. And with all due respect, if Justin Fields had a DUI on his record, like Mac Jones does, no one's even talking about the fact that Mac Jones has a DUI on his record. Where does that go for the character thing? I think it was his freshman year or sophomore year. But it's just the hypocrisy, the double standard. I don't get it. Like I am now rooting. And I can't stand Ohio State. I am rooting for Justin Fields to wherever he goes to be a stud. I want him to be the Aaron Rodgers, the guy that we do specials because 20 teams passed on this guy. And he went on to have a phenomenal career. I'm rooting hard for that kid because he is getting roasted for absolutely no reason. For no reason. Oh my God, it's just and if you're going to tell me, and honestly,
but that's what this is about, right?
But,
Other GMs letting things out so guys fall supposedly.
There's a level of hypocrisy here. And listen, and I don't want to get into race, but it's hard to ignore that one of these guys doesn't look like the others, and he's the one that's getting leveled here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
very true.
I mean, and I hate going down that road and using that card, but that's just that's when you line all those quarterbacks up to those three guys and then him, that's the difference. Because he was better than most of them on the field. The only one he's not better than on the field in college was Trevor Lawrence. Like, he's better than Zach Wilson.
Mac Jones did win a national championship.
But that's fine. But Justin Fields is a better quarterback. Was a better quarterback than Mac Jones. Listen, Mac Jones had all the talent in the world around him. And I understand that he had a historic season, this and that. But, dude, Justin Fields is a better quarterback. He just is. I mean, come on. Anyways, go for it. Listen, I love San Fran taking Mac Jones. I'm a Seahawk fan. I think Mac Jones is not going to be a good quarterback. I have zero, not going in. So you, San Fran, you take him. Love it. He's not going to be good, and it'll cost Kyle Shanahan his gig. I got no faith in Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones was an absolute product of system and talent surrounding him. 100%.
Well, not only that, but also it goes to, quarterback Alabama, Nick Saban.
Sure. Listen, of course that's going to be a thing. That's going to be a thing. How many Alabama quarterbacks have come out and kicked ass?
I mean,
name me one.
We're hoping Tua.
Well, yeah, we're hoping. But name me one.
Jalen Hurts, went to Oklahoma.
Yeah,
but.
Name me one that's done well under the Saban thing, that's gone to the NFL and kicked ass. Name me one. I'm waiting. Okay. I'll keep waiting.
All right, Hurricane guy.
Well, I'm just but it has nothing to do with that. I'm just saying that you're elevating this guy, but he's.
But that's what these GMs do, right? If you were coached by this guy, you must have that.
But that's what I'm saying. Look at the tape, bro. Like, seriously, look at the tape of Mac Jones and Justin Fields. Just pure talent, and just tell me who's the better quarterback. Who can do more things? Who can help your team win more? It's Justin Fields. But, I mean, listen.
Well, especially in this day and age of that quarterback, right?
Yes, being able to move around. But then, I mean, listen, to try to, he reminds me of Tom Brady. Oh, shut up. If I hear another person, like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Reminds you of Tom Brady because he has no muscle definition. That's it.
Right, because he has a doughboy belly? Like, I mean, you literally think that Mac Jones is going to be Tom Brady?
Then let him go 199.
Okay. You better hope so. You better hope that's right. But that's quite a bar for him to meet. Okay? Yeah. It's quite a bar. Mac Jones is going to finish with 7 freaking Super Bowls and how many MVPs? Come on now. You got to be kidding me. I don't know. Then again, I'm not a GM. But yeah. So, I think we got Omar coming in right now. All right, good. Listen, man, he's a new dad. All good. Understandable. But so we'll do a quick little couple questions with him. And Omar, you there, my man? Good morning.
Here. Good morning.
Excellent. Big day, Omar. Big day. Is this, in your mind, I know last year was big because they took Tua, but in your mind, in terms of, so my whole thing about, you're trying to win with in the NFL with a quarterback still in a rookie contract. So with the timetable of 4 years left until that expires, could you make the argument that tonight's draft, or this weekend's draft with the 5 picks in the top 81, is really the draft that's going to set this franchise's course for the next decade?
Nah, last year's draft was the draft
last year. Okay.
Yeah, because last year you got the offensive line, you got the quarterback, you got a big important defensive piece in Raekwon Davis, and hopefully 2 potential starters in Brandon Jones and Noah Igbenogany. If last year's draft isn't good, we're right back at this 3 years from now.
Right.
In terms of, are we giving to a $200 million contract? Is, how much do we need to do to continue to finish off this offensive line? What's going on with the safety? This year's draft should help them pivot. And I make this argument to people who don't realize this, but, the franchise took a step back from last year's 10-16. If you look at the roster right now, heading into the draft, you got a better wide receiver, but tell me any other areas where you're better as a team. That's just not the case. You got rid of your two edge guys, Shaq Lawson and Kyle Van Noy. You just got rid of an offensive lineman who was a starter for you. Your line wasn't that great last year, but he was better than what your options were. And that's really a money trade. That's not necessarily a talent trade.
Yep.
So, you spent this offseason undoing bad contracts that you did last year, and then filling out the roster with just some guys. That doesn't make you better. That doesn't make you good.
All right, so
that's not taking that next step to
right.
Okay, we're ready to go win a playoff game. That's just getting your franchise leaner. It's like trimming body fat.
I got you. All right, so tonight, a lot of talk. I mean, I don't know about you. I believe that it could be really fluid at number 6, and I can see some situations where the Dolphins are trading back, maybe like number 10 or 11. So my question for you, if number 6 comes around and Pitts and Chase are both off the board at that point, is there a guy would you like to see the Dolphins grab a Penei Sewell, or is that the point where you're like, no, we got to trade back where we can still get like a Jalen Waddle or Devonta Smith and pick up another first-round pick?
I'm not big on trading back unless it's going to come with a future first-round pick.
Okay.
If we're talking about a first-round pick in 2022 or 2023, or maybe a second-round pick in this year's draft, I'm not big on trading back because you gave up. And I try to explain this to people and put it in the simplest terms possible. There's a trade value chart which tells you exactly how many points the number 3 pick was worth.
Yep.
You traded the number 3 pick for the number 3 pick was worth 2,200 points. You got in excess of a first-round pick additional to what it was worth to move down to 12. Now, you still got that first-round pick stored up to give up what was equivalent and an additional second-round pick to move from 12 to 6. So, to me, the bare minimum of anything I accept to move down is a second-round pick. Other than that, I'm at a loss as a franchise. So you purposely gave up a second-round pick to basically get one of 4 players, whether it's Kyle Pitts, whether it's Jamar Chase, whether it's Penei Sewell, whether it's Alabama, one of the Alabama receivers, 5 players. I'm horrible at math. So those are what you gave up. You gave up the equivalent of a second-round pick to make sure that you get one of those 5 players. And to me, if I'm Chris Greer, and I know how Chris Greer is because I've covered him now for 20 years, he's going to pick BPA, best player available.
Okay.
And while need is very high, the best player available, if Kyle Pitts is gone and Jamar Chase is gone, is going to be Penei Sewell.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I feel that one of the big linchpins here early in the draft is the Atlanta Falcons and what their brain trust is thinking right now. Like, do we think we got a lot of holes on the roster? Can we fill a couple holes and take one more shot over the next couple of years with Matt Ryan, or do we take advantage of this pick and get Matt Ryan's replacement now, have him sit behind Matt Ryan for a year or two, and then we've got our quarterback? I happen to think that they're going to go trying to fill holes and get like Kyle Pitts and try to take one more run with Matt Ryan. How do you feel about that?
I think that that's the way that I would go if I were them as well, with this one exception. If Justin Fields is there at 4, I think they take Justin Fields. He's an Atlanta kid. He's homegrown. He'll kill it with the fans. He's the athletic quarterback that they're not scared to have, and the caliber of quarterback that they're not scared to have. And I don't know what's going to happen with Fields. I think he's the story of the draft. So, let's put that to the side. I'm not sure that they take any other quarterback than Fields, and Kyle Pitts makes too much sense to them. Matt Ryan had his best years when he had an elite tight end. Get him an elite tight end in the second round. Get him a good running back, whether it be Travis Etienne or Javonte Williams. I hope Najee Harris is not there. I hope Dolphins take him at 18, but you never know. So that would be my approach if I'm the Atlanta Falcons. But I have heard this throughout the league, and it's interesting. The theory is the best time to take a quarterback is when you don't need one, and Atlanta doesn't necessarily need one now. But it would certainly benefit them. But when you do add a young quarterback, you do 2 things. You can either put yourself in position to move on, like Baltimore did with Lamar Jackson when he came in, replaced Joe Flacco, and the team took off. after Joe Flacco got injured or wasn't that great, or you can get the Aaron Rodgers effect. You could draft a young quarterback like the Green Bay Packers did under Jordan Love, and it could light a fire under that quarterback who's still, he's in his later, he's on the back nine, but he wants a little, he just needs a little bit of motivation. And, if you're Matt Ryan and you still play good for another 4 years, you're talking about another $100 million. Everybody, when you draft that young replacement, it always puts a little fire under everybody.
Omar, you brought up Green Bay, and I was talking about this yesterday because I found it fascinating that in a draft right now where you have so many teams that are clamoring for a quarterback and you've got these 5 quarterbacks there, that you've got a team that drafted a quarterback in the first round last year, and we haven't heard a word about him in Jordan Love. And and we heard the Green Bay Packers come out yesterday and say,
about Patrick Mahomes before he came out.
Well, so my thing is, though, they came out yesterday or the day before and said that Rodgers is the quarterback for the foreseeable future. That leads me to believe that there's an issue with Love. But should they not have tried to trade Love before this came out and maybe get something for him?
Don't do that.
No?
Because
Okay.
you know what? They did the same thing with Brett Favre when Aaron Rodgers was on the roster. He's a first-round pick for him. Said Aaron Rodgers is our future. And in fact, the other quarterback, Matt Flynn, they drafted him after they drafted Aaron Rodgers and started him, I believe.
Yeah, he got he got the deal with Seattle for those 3 starts or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know the timing, but there was concern about Aaron Rodgers at one point. People forget that. There was concern about Aaron Rodgers. There's like a viral Mel Kiper moment where Mel Kiper's like dissing Aaron Rodgers after he was drafted, explaining why they drafted Matt Flynn. And it's young quarterbacks. The best way to develop young quarterbacks is after first season, watch, learn, then open up the competition in year 2. Obviously, nobody's competing with Aaron Rodgers. He's coming off an MVP season. But you don't have to play Jordan Love until at least year 3 or year 4.
Okay. All right. We will
my opinion is Aaron Rodgers will probably be playing his last year with Green Bay right now.
Okay. All right.
And then they're going to do something with him, trade him like they did Brett Favre. There's something happening there. So just put Aaron Rodgers on ice.
All right, we're talking to Omar Kelly. We'll get you out of here on this one. The player that and you mentioned him already, that I'm most interested in tonight, and I'll be honest, at this stage, there isn't a player that I am rooting for more than Justin Fields because of the crap he's had to take during this whole process, and I think it's absolutely unfair. What are your thoughts on him, and is he, in your mind, the second best quarterback in this class?
I am not a Justin Fields fan.
Okay.
That's not the style of quarterback that I would want. No disrespect to him. I think he's going to be a very good quarterback, but I wouldn't have selected Cam Newton either. It's just not. I wouldn't have selected Lamar Jackson. They're just not my style of quarterbacks. I don't think he's the second best quarterback. I think he's the third best quarterback in this class. Has he taken unfair crap for whatever you want to say? Yes. If he didn't come after Dwayne Haskins, maybe he'd have a little bit more ammo to fight back. But he comes after Dwayne Haskins. Ohio State doesn't have a great program when it comes to developing quarterback, but neither did Cal when they developed Aaron Rodgers. It's shameful and sickening what black quarterbacks have to go through in the NFL for the last 3 decades.
Yep.
And it ain't just this year. It's not just Justin Fields.
It's pretty much every year.
It's every year. It's every year. Whatever a black quarterback has, every single one of them. Not even Patrick Mahomes included.
Yep.
Every single one of them has to go through some unfair crap because of the stigmas and stereotypes and biases and racism that permeates the NFL. And if you don't believe racism permeates the NFL, look up the history of black quarterbacks. Look up Warren Moon. Look up Randall Cunningham.
Doug Williams.
Look up Cordell Stewart. Look up Dante Culpepper. Look up Cordell. It's endless, and it still goes on. Even though the premier quarterbacks in the NFL right now, with the exception of Aaron Rodgers, are all African Americans. Look it up.
Yep.
They're all African Americans. African Americans have changed the way the NFL plays the game right now at that position. But it is what it is, man. This this is the world we live in and what we got to deal with. And if you're a black quarterback, you know that's what you got to deal with. But fortunately for you, you don't have to do what Anquan Bolden had to do in the 90s and switch positions to be great, or what Charlie Ward had to do in the 90s and go play in the NBA because nobody's going to give you an opportunity as a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. So, you know, it's not fair, but this is the world that we play in.
Omar, great stuff as always. Cannot wait for tonight. Very exciting night for the Dolphins and Dolphin fans everywhere. And hopefully it's a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week, man.
All right. Talk to you later.
Good stuff. Omar Kelly, as always, from the Sun Sentinel. Check out his stuff. And dude, every time he says goodbye, Sean, it's like he's very upset. He's like he goes from being happy to like, okay, bye-bye.
I think he just wants to talk to you all the time. It's your jovial personality.
That's me, Mr. Positivity, baby. All right,
everybody loves you on the microphone.
We are running very, very late now. We will take a break. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
This has been the EJDConstruction.com Miami Dolphins Report with Omar Kelly. From additions to home remodeling, call Eric at 305-433-4843. Count on a company that's an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. EJDConstruction.com.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody-Ass family. Dr. Moody-Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
Time for a Sports Grill NFL draft update. Zaven Collins, Tulsa. This 6'4" red shirt junior weighs 260 pounds.
By Zaven Collins, and away he goes. Zaven Collins, a tremendous athlete, score.
Bouchel intercepted. Zaven Collins seals it for Tulsa.
The Bronco Nagurski winner, as the nation's best defensive player, brings a ton of talent. He can rush the passer, defends the run. He's an elite athlete who can also drop back in coverage. Zaven Collins is a chameleon on the field, where a defensive specialist like Brian Flores would love to move him around like the ultimate chess piece. Teams that could select him: Minnesota at number 14, New England at number 15, Las Vegas at number 17, Miami at number 18, or Cleveland at number 26. Join OnSideRadio.com for NFL Draft Week at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road, for a two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30 p.m. Listen to the live broadcast exclusively at OnSideRadio.com, or join Big O and Alex Dono for the best Miami Dolphins draft coverage on your home for real sports talk. OnSideRadio.com. Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
Eric Spoelstra gets win number 600 last night as the Miami Heat beat the San Antonio Spurs 116-111. Jimmy Butler scored 29 points. Bam Adebayo added 21. The Heat used a 17-0 second-half run and hung on late. The Heat are in Cleveland Saturday night, tip-off at 8. Miami Marlins took 2 out of 3 from the Milwaukee Brewers after 6-2 win yesterday. Jesus Aguilar hit his 5th home run in 6 games. Fish are off today. They start a weekend series with the Nationals on Friday. Florida Panthers back on the ice tonight, skating in Chicago against the Blackhawks. Nationally televised game. Puck drops at 8. And don't forget tonight, We will be at Sports Grill, Bird Road, for night one of the NFL Draft, starting at 7:30 with Big O and Alex Dono. It is the Onside Radio NFL Draft Watch Party and live broadcast. Sports Grill, located at 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road in Miami. We will see you there. You are listening to South Florida's only local sports talk station, OnsideRadio.com.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out to Toast, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Toasted Sports.
9:45. Second to last segment, Toasted Sports, Onside Radio, streaming live as always. There is a, this is going to wig you out, Sean. This is going to wig you out. Here's the headline. Terrifying new species of venomous spider discovered in Miami that looks like a small, shiny black tarantula and can live for over 20 years.
Can it live for 20 years if I step on it?
No, that is a way for it not to live for 20 years. They found this is a new species. Of spider. So it's never even been discovered before.
How are we still finding species of spiders?
And it's in Miami. Yeah. It's a small, shiny black tarantula and has venom that induces painful stings just like a bee. So it's a trap door spider, which means it likes to hide under it likes to burrow in the ground and hide underneath like things like leaves or wood or logs or stuff like that.
Backstabber.
Yeah, exactly. But if you see one of these things and you're like, hey, look, it looks like a baby tarantula. Yeah, it's not a baby tarantula. And if it stings your ass, you're going to be in some pain. Yeah. So just beware. I'm telling you, man, South Florida's being taken over by all sorts of insects.
We said we wanted more people down here.
We got the snakes. We got we got monitor lizards running crazy and everything. We got, it's insane,
Pythons
bro.
Taking
Pythons,
over.
it's nuts.
Now tarantulas.
Oh, and we got what are those curly-tailed lizards that are all over my house now? Remember, 15 years ago,
gecko-looking things.
No, remember, 15 years ago, we had cute little, normal little salamanders.
Yeah.
Now we got these things that are a little bit bigger. They have a curly-ass tail, and all the salamanders are gone.
Yeah.
I think they ate them all.
Yeah, invasive species.
So what the hell's the curly tail thing? And they look mean. They don't look nice. Salamanders look cute. These things look evil.
You used to want to catch salamanders.
Right.
These you just want to shoot.
Yeah, these things, you want to freaking shoot them. Maybe not that much.
I do. Put them on the barbecue.
Oh, God, man. So congratulations to Eric Spoelstra. Picked up win number 600, which was very, very nice. Good job by him. And we also have to, before we get Kai in
slides
here,
under the radar a little bit too, doesn't it? 600th win.
Dude, everything about him slides under the radar. Literally, his entire career is sliding under the radar.
600 wins.
It's phenomenal. It's absolutely amazing. Great stuff by Spo. The fact that he's been here for so long. All right, got to do the roundtable question of the day. We do this every single day at OnsideRadio.com. We pose a question. All of us will go ahead and answer it. We'll then compile our answers and put them together as a podcast, which will drop separately at the end of the day. Today's roundtable question. Out of these three players, who makes the biggest impact right away for the Miami Dolphins in the 2021 season? Penei Sewell, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase. I would say in the 2021 season this year, I'm going to go with Jamar Chase, only because I know many would say, it'll be Kyle Pitts. Well, but there's already a good tight end on this roster. Kyle Pitts isn't going to get all the snaps because Mike Gesicki's going to get plenty of snaps as well. So that's going to limit the impact that he can have, whereas Jamar Chase, in my mind, is going to be your starting outside wide receiver from day one. So he's going to have more opportunities to be an impactful player his first year. I think over the course of their career, Pitts will edge ahead of Jamar, but looking at the present way the roster is constructed and the fact that there is more competition, we're better at tight end right now than we are at wide receiver. Let's just leave it at that. Simple way to put it. So that's why I would say I'd give Jamar Chase the biggest impact in 2021 because you've still got Gesicki on the roster, and he's still going to get plenty of touches and plays. So, yeah, I would go there. Listen, man, and I don't know about the Penei Sewell. They did a lot of work on the offensive line last year. If the Dolphins can land either Pitts or Chase, if somehow this falls to them so they get one of those two guys, bro, I am so happy. So happy. Like, I honestly don't care what happens. I want one of those two guys. Oh, if they get one of those two guys, please pray to God. One of those two guys be so freaking awesome. All right, got to take a quick break. Kai is coming up next. Talk a little bit about what if I told you that an American is now head coach of a Bundesliga soccer team. Yeah, that's right. It happened yesterday. We'll talk about that with Kai coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on Onside Radio.
Toasted Sports returns after this.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
When you want local sports, 1260 WLESPN.
We're live and local.
Yes, what she said.
Well, it's what they wrote.
Look at it this way, honey.
Oh, no, here we go.
At some point, this was all live, and wherever it came from, it was local there.
You get that look whenever you stretch the truth, or when you need your laxative.
Ain't it awful?
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
At OnSideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
The last road trip of the regular season has come to its final stop as the Panthers are in Chicago for a pair of games against the Blackhawks. Florida enters tonight's action fresh off Tuesday's 7-4 win over the Nashville Predators, a victory that clinched the Panthers' spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Leading the way for Florida has been its longest tenured superstars, Jonathan Huberdeau and Sasha Barkov. Huberdeau matched a career high on Tuesday with 5 points against Nashville. He's racked up 15 points over his last 9 games. As for Barkov, he's coming off a 3-point effort against the Preds, and overall has been absolutely abusing goalies for well over a month now. Barkov has scored a ridiculous 16 goals over his past 20 games. Chicago, meanwhile, is in desperation mode, sitting 7 points back of Nashville in that final playoff spot in the Central Division with just 7 games remaining. The Blackhawks will have their work cut out for them against Florida as the Panthers come in with a 6-2-1 record over the last 9 games.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Kid walks in here draped in gator crap, and I'm not gonna give him a hard time. Seriously, really?
Oh yeah.
Come on, Kai.
Oh yeah.
Kai telling me Kadarius Toney's gonna be a first-round pick. Get the hell out of here.
For sure.
Stop.
For sure. You know, I have a bet with Michael about Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, what's that?
If he gets over, let me not do this to Sean. If he eclipses 500 yards and 4.5 touchdowns this season, then I'll get $10.
Okay.
Easiest bet I've ever had in my entire life.
All right. Well, you think it's going to the Packers, huh?
Here's the thing. I think Rashad Bateman or Kadarius Toney, honestly, without my Gators bias, makes the most sense for the Packers at their pick.
Okay.
Do I think that Mike Gutekunst will do right by his star MVP quarterback and get him one of those two? Absolutely not. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He drafted a quarterback that no one still knows anything about instead of getting his star quarterback who had an MVP season any help whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, in my honest opinion, that pick should be Rashad Bateman or Kadarius Toney. Will Gutekunst and the Packers pick out of them? Probably not. They'll probably select Azeez Al-Jari or something, which isn't bad, but
who did the Dolphins take at 6?
God, it's going to be Kyle Pitts.
No, it's not.
100%.
He's going to be gone.
If he's gone at 4, then it's gonna if he's gone at 4, I think it's gonna be Devonta Smith. If he's still there at 6, without a doubt in my mind, it's Kyle Pitts.
So you think if Chase and Smith are both on the board, the Finns take Smith over Chase?
I think it's Smith, Waddle, Chase
for the Dolphins board.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
I think you get more out of, and I'm a defender of Jamar Chase. I think that some of the stuff, obviously, people have said, and I think it's true, the biggest problem for him has been out of sight, out of mind. Right? He didn't play last season, but he dominated the SEC at 19 years old. Come on, let's be a little bit, realistic with that stuff. So I think he's still going to be great, but I think they'll probably try to go for someone that provides something else to this Dolphins team other than what Jamar Chase brings. Even though Jamar Chase is as dominant as he is, they're going to look to go after and try to get guys that can really take the top off the defense, guys that can get separation, guys that in the open field can make people miss. And what Jalen Waddle and Devonta Smith have shown us throughout their career has been just that. Jamar Chase is probably going to be the better receiver right now, but for Tua, it's probably going to be Waddle or Smith.
All right, yeah, I'm all about Chase. He's the prototypical guy. He's
the thing,
big
I don't
guy.
care
He's
about
the,
any
he's
of them.
The X guy, he's the outside
unless
guy.
they pass on Pitts.
I got you. I hear you.
But
all right.
all of them, they're fantastic picks. Now, if they pick Penny Sewell, then I'll.
Oh, that'll be great just for radio.
I don't know what I'll do. Me and Tito both will just jump off.
Yeah. Oh, Tito would be phenomenal. That'd be great. I look forward to that happening. That'd be great if we take Sewell. He'll lose his crap.
It would be horrible.
Congratulations to Jesse Marsch getting a Bundesliga gig.
Yes.
Very nice. Goes up to the big club.
It's good, too, because it was reported that he wasn't going to be an option anymore, and then all of a sudden, complete 180, and Jesse Marsch is there, which everyone thought was going to happen in the first place.
It should be.
He should be. He deserves the opportunity.
Earned it. Absolutely.
And it just goes through everything that I've been saying here throughout the week, especially after the Julian Nagelsmann news, where it's they're all RB clubs. They call them Rasenball Sport instead of Red Bull.
Right.
But come on, they all feed each other.
They all feed each other. Exactly.
And Salzburg they go from
Salzburg
New York
to
to
Red
Salzburg
Bull. Exactly.
to Leipzig.
To Leipzig. Exactly.
So,
yep. Good stuff, man. All right, well, I will see you out at the draft tomorrow night. We're going to go out tomorrow night.
Yes.
We'll do some wings together. Good luck to the Dolphins tonight. We'll break it all down for you tomorrow morning.